Guys, it was a year of 1989, and I had just passed out from my 10th standard. And I mean, just in sense, I just passed out in in terms of my percentage also. And it's not that I was not good in studies, but I was not good in studying. Right, so it was just about that. I used to score good in some of the subjects, and in few, in most, I didn't score. I didn't like them, like languages. I never used to like them, and I never scored better in them. And in tenth, I just passed. So then, till the time we never knew who in our friend circle what are we going to do next. And I spoke to my dad, and my father had a construction business, and possibly he was also thinking that I will be going in this line. So, by we just discussing sometime with my friends, we said it just came to my mind, and then I spoke to my father and asked him that should I do civil engineering? And my father said, with this marks, uh, well, I knew that this marks are not going to get me in the engineering. Then I went back. I didn't talk much on that. We hardly had any conversations with my father. Long conversations, very short. I was very afraid of my father, and of course I had to be because I was quite mischievous in terms, and in terms of studies also. I was not that good, so my father was quite tough on me on all those things. Then I went back. Most of my friends also had just passed, so they went to commerce, a new college in Pune, and they got admissions there. And then I was the only one with to decide what. Then I went back to my dad and said I would like to do engineering, but diploma. So my father said, probably yes, we can try that. He didn't say no, right? He didn't say no. So he got me an admission. So I was just on the border to get an admission in diploma also, and he got me an admission through the donation. I didn't feel bad. If you really ask me that, with donation, because I wanted to do that. I wanted to do because my father was a civil engineer, and obviously he'll take me into his business. First year, it passed. I was regular at college, but I failed, and I had about four subjects which I didn't pass. So I took my on to my. I was not even at 80 KT also. So my father was again furious as usual. Then I passed that in the midterm, two subjects I guess, and then in the next year, it was 1990. 91 I passed the other two subjects. Then I went to the second year. Second year again I failed miserably. No 80 KT again. 5 subjects failed. By that time, I was still not feeling. I used to feel ashamed of, but I was really careless in my career path and deciding of the career and all. I was though very tough in my decisions, but in my career, I never had thought what exactly I wanted to be. I just knew that my father has a business and I'll be in the business as usual. Everyone does, and in the second year, I failed. Uh, my father had a partner in his business from the beginning, and it was a long partnership. But they were very good friends from their college time. So their college, and then they went into business together and all. So once he was at home when I had failed my second year, and they were filling a tender. They used to, when they used to fill a tender, they used to sit together and do that. So he had come, and my father had gone somewhere out, or probably had gone on to get some tea or something, and then he uh, quickly phrased me that, doesn't matter, Anand, you have failed. We both also had failed miserably in our engineering, and that moment was, I tell you guys, I didn't knew my father had failed. I only knew that he was very brilliant, and he passed out in very good marks in the engineering. And in those days of doing engineering was the biggest thing to do. And my grandfather used to praise him. I never saw him. I was quite small when I think, so my grandfather left. But my uncle, they used to write letters to him saying that HS Tadkot be civil engineer. So they were stating they were very proud of him. So being a civil engineer in those times was quite big. So I was born in 73, so he could have finished his engineering somewhere in the 60s, right? So being a civil engineer, being an engineer in 60s was big time. So he did that, and then but they had failed twice also. That's what my partner uncle Mudholkar, Mr. Mudholkar, right? Mudholkar Kaka, I used to call them. He told me that, and my father just entered that room and he heard that. And as what could have been my reaction? I was confused. I was scared, in any case. But that one moment, when he told me that my father also had failed, and post that he passed it with flying colors, and was awarded with that degree and all. So that hit me big time, guys. And that was probably the first moment when I could realize my responsibilities, and I could realize that what was going around. And I could only, I said, no, it's not going good. So my father had failed twice, and he could fly in colors. And so that it's just a moment of responsibility which came in. It was quite impacting on me. And then I cleared all those 4 subjects in my midterm of this 1993, I guess. 1992, 93, I guess. No, 92. Then I went in the 3rd year of my diploma, and I was with flying colors. I was almost the topper there, but only because I couldn't top the 3rd year, because I had a very good reputation, right? In the 1st year I failed, 2nd year I failed. So in my college I had a very good reputation, right? So I had a very bad reputation. So my internal marks were very bad. My teachers, my HOD, they were really pissed off with me, the kind of behavior. But the way I did perform in 3rd year, I had an incident in year 2 with my HOD and my principal. I knew the principal somehow, and I had influenced him to get my assignments cleared. So he didn't knew that they were very bad at me because of my attitude, but my principal didn't actually influence it. He only facilitated it. So that had a very bad impact on me, and they had a very bad impact on my HOD and my teachers. So they made it a point that I don't get good marks, internal good marks in 3rd year, though I was very good in what I was doing in 3rd year. And I couldn't get a first class also, but there were only few who got a first class, because that was a very tough year which happened. So, and I was just about 20 marks less to the first year for a first class, and it was a very joyous moment for me, because I saw my father telling people that he just lost his first class with about 20 marks, and not because that he had got good marks and everything, just because in the internals he couldn't get that. So I could see that feeling, and you could realize a father who had lost hope on me. I failing the first year, second, and prior to that also I was not doing good in my schools also. Right? I failed the first year in diploma, second year in diploma. You could imagine what could have gone through my father, right? And now look at this. So what happened? So it just changed everything from there. My sense of responsibility, my sense of taking decisions, everything went for a big time change. So it's guys just a moment, it was just, I just wanted to convey this, just not as a story, but but I decided from that time that decisions, taking responsibilities is so important in life. And everyone gets an instance to do that. You just have to take it on. So life gives us lemons. We have to make lemonades out of it. So I did hear this again from my friend just about a day back, and that was the right moment to do it, to this video, because I realized that lemon which I got and which I made a lemonade out of it. So it's just a moment. Try to find that moment, guys, and be in that moment. I wouldn't say try to find it. Be in that moment. Understand the moment comes in, and just grab it. Make a lemonade out of it. Good luck.